All right, I think we're live. Hey, everyone, Dave Calafiore along with Drew Griffin. Hope everyone's doing well and welcome to this a Build-A-Bot session. I guess we're not going to be really building bots today, but we're going to be talking about ways that you can sell more bots because it's a great time of year to be able to do that. Drew, how you doing?
Doing good, David. Today is it's good. You know, this morning I was a little bit busy. Had a doctor's appointment this morning, had some funky stuff going on. And man, there's opportunities all around us when it comes to AI assistants and chatbots. And I think that's probably a good topic for us to discuss today is, you know, maybe not so much in the chatbot builder or the AI assistant builder that we all come to know and love inside of AskSpot, but really like, you know, the genesis, like creating some of these and getting opportunities, going out there and selling it. And, you know, David, right before we jumped on this call, we were discussing, you know, kind of the discussion points about, you know, some of the things that we've been posting inside of the school group relative to demonstrating and positioning and, you know, these different types of industries. And a little bit later, we're going to be talking about something very simple that you could do just using Claude or ChatGPT to get ahead of this kind of stuff. Maybe start working with their clients. But before any of that starts to happen, you have to get in front. You got to get in front of, you know, your audience, and you have to make sales calls. You have
You got to
to,
make an offer.
yeah, you got to make an offer. You got to prospect. You got to make an offer. And I think a lot of us, you know, we've talked about this ad nauseum, is that a lot of us are just obscure, right? When it comes to connecting with local businesses and, you know, making them aware of what it is that we do. And David and I, in some cases, are still obscure, and people come to us in some type of capacity at some point, and they're like, I had no idea that you did that. I'm like, how did you not know that we do this, that I own, you know, that we're the co-founders of 2 software companies and a marketing company and an education company and all the different things, right?
Yeah.
And it's just it's crazy that all of us. And I heard something last night that I want to kind of share this with everybody. And I'll be doing a post about this a little bit later. You know, are we fishers or are we hunters? And there's a distinct difference between the two, right? So fishing, you're going to put some bait out there and you're going to wait for, you know, the fish, your prospects to bite. And often we're throwing the wrong bait out there. We're passively waiting for businesses to come and discover us. So if you're watching this, you're in chat, let us know. Are you a fisher or are you a hunter? Now there's a distinct difference. As a hunter, you're going out there, you're prospecting, you're calling, you're DMing, you're knocking on doors, you're letting people know that you exist. And today we're going to be talking about that, the hidden problem that's holding you back for your agency, your AI business, selling more bots, and actually how to fix it.
It's your agency in general. And I think, you know, the smart agencies fish and hunt at the same time. You do both, right? You should always have lines in the water fishing, but you also have to go out and hunt and make things happen. There's a big difference.
Yeah, it's the actual action of going to the fishing hole and then doing all the things that are related to that kind of stuff. So, you know, the title on this slide today is the hidden power that's holding you back for your agency's growth and how to fix it, unlocking the power of white label tools to attract more clients and close more deals. Now, your AI chatbots within AskSpot are technically white labeled, right? Maybe not necessarily the software itself, but you can totally white label it. We're talking about before you even get to that point, right? You can do demonstrations, you do all kinds of stuff. So let's kind of talk about this, right? Why your agency might be stuck in obscurity, what it costs when businesses don't know about you and your AI solutions. So go ahead and let us know in chat if you're watching this right now. What are you charging for your AI chatbots? What functionalities? What type of end result? How are you monetizing your AI chatbots? Now, there's one thing just to charge a flat fee for whatever your AI chatbot is, but I think that would be a big mistake. I was having a discussion with somebody yesterday. If you don't know what the value of one of your prospects customers are, you're in big trouble. Like, start the conversation like, hey, I'm here, not here to, you don't start the conversation like, hey, I'm here to sell you my shit. It's, hey, how are you generating leads these days? Are you using any emerging technology? Tell me about your business. What's the value of one of your customers and clients, right? One of their customers and clients might be $20 a month, or it might be, I don't know, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 when they sell a house, right? It's a big disparity there. And that kind of gives you an idea of how you might be actually, the value of your service is significantly different from potential customer and client to potential customer and client, right? What's the value of a lead to a chiropractor versus a plastic surgeon versus an attorney versus a brick and mortar, type of business? You get the idea. A pie maker, a bakery, clearly that's a little bit different. And we're going to be talking about presenting. We're going to be giving you a white label presentation that we'll go through in a little bit to help you connect. Now, you can modify this. We're going to be giving you a template, and we're going to be giving you some more along the way down the road. At least that's what our plan is. But we want you to start getting out there and finding ways and excuses to talk about yourselves, to let people know and emerge from obscurity when it comes to your AI chatbots. So the problem that most of us have is obscurity, and it's completely killing your growth. If you're not seeking out opportunities to get yourself to let people know the cool things that you're able to create, you're in trouble. And we don't want you to be in trouble, right? So most local businesses, including your family and friends, they don't know that your business and the things that you do exist. Maybe some of us have been afraid to kind of talk about and raise our hands and let people know that we do some of the stuff that we do.
Yeah. Drew, why don't we, like, if you're watching with us right now, raise your hand. Will you admit that you and your agency are pretty much obscure? Like, if we went around town, in the community that you service and said, hey, do you know so-and-so and what they do? How many people would say, oh yeah, I know that person. I know what they do. I know how they help businesses. Yeah. Dara admits it. Great. I think the first step here is kind of just admitting the big problem, right?
I would be ecstatic if all of you that we're connected with would speak up a little bit more about the cool stuff that you're doing. You're not crowding the space, right? You're not. In fact, we did I posted something the other day and somebody reached out to me and they assumed that I was selling another type of software. They were assuming that I was selling Go High Level. And I'm not. We don't resell Go High Level at all. A lot of people do. And that's okay. It's totally cool. They've got different angles and stuff like that. Yesterday, a good friend of ours, you may know him from the Offline Sharks, Tom Gaddis, made a public post. If you know who Tom is from the Offline Sharks, you should look at his timeline if you're connected with him. He actually made a post and saying, family and friends, I just want to let you know, I'm going to be doing a little bit more posting about what it is that I do inside of my business. Crazy, right? It's just a very, like, people don't do that very much on their personal profiles. And I don't know why, even though it's technically against Facebook's terms of service, but it's okay to let people know what it is that you do in life, right? So the point being is they're probably unaware that you're doing anything with AI assistants. Many of them, a far greater majority of the people in the world out there today, have no idea that AskSpot even exists or what you can do with it and the cool stuff that you're creating.
And Drew, right? As our mentor, Matt Easton, says, if people don't know you or know what you do, they can't buy from you and they can't flow business to you. So if people, businesses, family, friends don't know what you do and how you can help and what your skill and knowledge is, they can't buy anything from you and they can't send business your way.
Yeah, but just a couple of weeks ago, I went to a presentation in Reading, Pennsylvania, and they did a presentation on AI. And I went there a little bit with a little bit of a chip in my shoulder, saying, I should be the one doing the presentation. But I went there anyway just to see what the presenters were going to be doing. And here's the thing: I showed up for ourselves, and as a result of that, and introducing myself to a couple of the vendors who are lenders, right? Some of the vendors are actually lenders, like banks and investment companies, and the SBA and local colleges and some universities. I introduced myself to all of them, and told them about AskSpot. And I'm the co-founder and developer over at AskSpot. And right there on the spot, they're looking it up, and they were like blown away. They offered me so much money right there on the spot without even reviewing what it is that I'm doing. They're like, hell yeah, let me just, throw money your way. And some of them said, hey, we're looking for speakers. And they were asking me why I wasn't speaking up in front of the room. Guys, I didn't say very much at all. I didn't even do a presentation at all. And they're just like the SBA, the university there, Kutztown University, Alvernia University, and Montgomery County Community College were all interested in having me come and speak at a future presentation. And the SBA, Small Business Administration of the United States. This is a government entity. So my recommendation is you got to emerge from obscurity. And sometimes you need to go to these events and start talking about some of the stuff that you're doing. So missed opportunities are everywhere for you guys, right? Businesses are eager to spend on solutions during the holiday rush. Like at the time of this recording, we're about a week out from Thanksgiving, and then the holiday is going to be here. So here's the opportunity for you to get out there and start talking to some people about some of this stuff. Now, without visibility, you miss out on sales. And that was the question that I was asking you guys. What are you charging for your services? If you're doing custom solutions for people, you shouldn't have a fixed price. You should figure out the value of their net outcome, right? Like, what is it that they want to do? Start learning about how to monetize the conversations. Like, why would you charge somebody $10 for your chatbot when you can be charging them a couple hundred or a couple of $1,000 per month? Right.
But with that being said, I mean, you got to start somewhere, right?
Right.
So we're not trying to say that you should just walk into every business and say it's $300 a month, right?
Correct.
Have a starting point and work up from there. Even if it's $20 a month, then once you keep offering it at that price, if you don't get any resistance, bump the price up $10. Keep selling. If you're not getting any resistance, bump the price up higher. It just takes time, right?
And right now, I think is a huge opportunity for all of us to almost lead with free, right?
Sure.
Lead with a free custom AI chatbot that does, some very basic things. And then on the back end, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you were able to generate a couple of hundred leads. Do you think they might trust you? Do you think that they might trust you? And then they're going to figure out, like, what do I do with all these leads on the back end? Could you offer email marketing? Could you offer sales services? Right? I don't know about you, but by a show of, comments and hands, as I'm looking at this presentation here, would you rather give a custom AI chatbot away for free or charge them a minimal amount of money, $100, $200 a month, or would you rather earn a $20,000 a month commission? Who would be open for that opportunity? All right. So, like, pricing is just superficial, in my opinion. Just consider that as we continue here. So local businesses are desperate for simple, effective tools like AI assistants, where you can show them how to become more efficient and solve like major problems like customer service. But they're not hearing about yours. Why? Why haven't they heard about you? Is it fear? Is it, oh, somebody's already beating me to the punch? Are you not familiar with the technology? Like, you got to improve upon that and start to believe in yourself to do that. So the solution here, guys, is, a plug and play presentation for success. Like what you're going to get here, we're going to be giving this to you. It's a professionally designed, ready to use presentation. It may suit your needs. It may not suit your needs. It's an excuse, guys. It's white labeled. You can manipulate it. We're going to give it to you in Canva. You can change out the colors. We're literally just giving you an excuse to talk about yourselves. It's tailored to pitch AI solutions. It's super brief. It's literally 12 slides. And you can literally just bullshit your way through the entire thing and get to your demo. Like my recommendation is have a demo, start messing around with AskSpot and put a couple of these things together. By the way, guys, we have a template store, right? Basically a repository of templates that you can install right into your account. If you're not aware that it's there, import them all and start messing around with them, right? Because when you go and show somebody a demonstration of a website, it doesn't always have to be done in advance. It has to be close to advance, right? Hey, we would love to customize this for you. As soon as you say that, hey, what would this look like if we had your logo, Dr. Feelgood, or Mr. Whatever, right? Or Mrs. Whatever? What would this look like if we had your logo, the name of your business on there? What kind of problems could we solve for you? Do you guys spend a lot of time on the telephone with people? Like you can do that. You guys realize that you can do that, right? And put your logo at the bottom of the chatbot and show them this. Here's what this is going to do for you. It's going to simplify the value of AI assistance for your clients when you can go through a brief demonstration, get to the facts, right? Positions you as the go-to expert in their eyes because you're being professional about it. Sometimes you won't even need to use it. Hey, show me what you got. Don't show them all the other stuff. Just show them what you got. Get out there and start doing the demonstrations, right? And the call to action, make this holiday season your launch pad. Right now is an abundant time of year. These businesses are looking for more attention, more awareness, more credibility, more recognition, more trust, more revenue, and income. This is their earning period of time.
Let's talk about this, Drew. I think it's, you've got to put yourself, imagine you owned a small, local brick and mortar type business. These holidays are really important to them and things get extremely busy. The phones start ringing more. There's more, foot traffic coming through the front door. If you're like a retail type location, restaurants are busier because people are meeting up for the holidays and there's parties and all sorts of stuff, get-togethers. Things get busy for these business owners. Phone rings more, more people coming in, more questions being asked, and they're spread thin. I know this because I worked in one of those businesses for a big chunk of my life. It gets very stressful. And when the phone's ringing off the hook and people are asking the same questions over and over and over and over again, it's really frustrating and stressful. What time are you open till? Where are you located? Do you have this? Do you have that? Do you do this? Do you do that? How would I make a reservation? What's this? What's that? Very, very stressful to go through that. So our solution is perfect for that. These AI assistants that you can embed on a website can answer all of those questions instantly. It reduces the amount of phone calls. It reduces the amount of, Facebook Messenger messages from their Facebook page. It reduces the amount of emails. It reduces the amount of confusion and questions and helps them better serve their potential customers and clients who are on their website in a much easier, efficient way. So you've got to kind of take your brain and put it in the shoes, if that's a weird way to say it, of the local business owner and what they're going through and why this is such a great solution for them. You have to believe this yourself. You have to be confident that you have a solution that is helpful for these businesses, because if you don't, you're not going to have any luck selling to them. And the truth is that this is a real solution for them. Truthfully. All right, go ahead, Drew.
No, it's good. This is the discussion before we even get to the tech side of stuff. So Dara said, I need the presentation. All right. I want to review. Who here wants to see a very brief presentation that we're going to give to you? Right. If you're an AskSpot user, if you're inside the community, we're just going to drop a link. We'll give you access to that inside the group that you can repurpose. Right. We're going to give you this Canva template. It's a template. We recommend that you go through it, understand it, perform it. Right. You should be doing stuff like you're watching right now. You should be using StreamYard or Zoom and do this like a half a dozen times and find ways, find opportunities, whether it's Rotary, whether it's Chamber of Commerce, whether it's knocking on people's doors and just saying, hey, I've got an idea that I'd love to share with you that might help you, right? Find times that aren't super busy, like, before the lunch rush or after the lunch rush for local restaurants. Perfect time to do it, right?
And Drew, I just wanted to share this. Like, this is a post I made in the school group. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And this really kind of outlines what we're getting at here and the opportunity that you have right now, just before these businesses are really starting to explode. You have a great opportunity to go out into your community and actually kind of help people by actually helping them. Okay. As what I just explained to you, what a local business owner goes through this time of year, you can help alleviate some of their pain and stress and help them. Go read this post. Okay. Really important.
Cool. Let me walk you through this presentation the way that I would do it. Okay. So let me go ahead and share the screen again, David. Let me know when you see it. Should be this one here. Yep, there we go.
Yep, you're good.
I'm going to kind of go into kind of bigger screen here. All right. So what I would typically do is I would think like, all right, I'm presenting. I'm going to put somebody in my mind's eye. I might even print out a picture of them and put that right next to my webcam. So in this case, I'm thinking maybe Dara, right? And I'm going to be presenting to Dara. Hey, Dara, Drew, we've known each other. We've been in a couple of Facebook groups together. You're a member of, several of our software programs, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I'm keeping in the back of my mind. And I'm just presenting to them like they're my friend. Hey, Dara, the holidays are coming up. I know you own and work with lots of local brick and mortar businesses. And I think right now, I don't know if you are aware of this, but AI is really taking over. And I think this is a huge time, an opportunity to help your business or businesses that you might be working with by leveraging AI assistance. And now you can kind of turn the seasonal challenges that most of the businesses have during this time, like staffing issues and customer service and, inquiries from local businesses or people that want to do business with that business into opportunities for the business for growth. So I put together a quick little presentation for you, and we're going to get through this real quick and get to a demo and show you kind of what this really means. I know you may have experienced these little chat things that have been on websites before, but what we're talking about, go much, much deeper, and I'll explain to you why, right? So the holiday season, I think, is a huge opportunity for growth. Now, you're probably in earning season right now. It's the most profitable time for most businesses around this time of the year. And it's also the most competitive, right? There's lots of traffic, lots of choices, lots of decisions out there. Customers right now are actively shopping. Me personally, I'm like, on Amazon. But I also like to shop locally to support those types of businesses. And right about now, particularly maybe next Friday or leading up to next Friday, there's going to be all kinds of Black Friday sales. People are ready to buy. And the competition, it's absolutely intense. Every business is vying for the attention of the same customers and clients. Now, with that, you would probably assume and agree that there's some challenges that businesses experiences. They're overwhelmed by customer inquiries, like questions about shipping and deals and returns and, sale items and all that kind of stuff, right? Difficulty upselling products. Like, if you've got good salespeople on board, they're probably matching the blazer with the tie or, the the shirt, the shoes, all that kind of stuff. They're really trying to make everything increase with sales. Finding the right product for the customer actually takes time and thereby also puts a lot of stress on the salespeople and perhaps even your website. Also, when somebody comes to your website, they might not find the information that they're looking for. And therefore, slow responses might cause delays and money being generated to your business. So here's what we've come up with. And I'm not sure if you've experienced this yet or not, or even if you know what this means. AI, this emerging technology, can really be a huge assistant to you virtually, right? So here's just a few things that, I'll talk about right now. And if it seems to gather your interest, I'll answer any questions that you have, right? So imagine an AI assistant being able to help answer questions or frequently asked questions for you on your website instantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even if you don't have somebody there live to answer these questions. Perhaps even a multitude across the channel. Maybe you have 100 people on your website at the same time. They're not waiting for somebody live to pop on and help them. They're answering these questions simultaneously. They could also recommend products based on maybe the customer's needs, depending on how you train these AI assistants to do so. I'm assuming that with your business, you probably have products and services and things that are on your menu or in your inventory that you could probably train one of these AI assistants to know, and more or less duplicate or maybe clone yourself or your staff. And naturally, like, how many repetitive tasks do you happen to handle every single day, Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday, when your customers and clients are actually calling upon you? What if those repetitive tasks could be taken away by an AI assistant? So here's the solution. We're just talking about the holidays right now because this is the time of the year. But the truth of the matter is, this can work for you 7 days a week, 365 days a year, right? It's amazing. It can handle frequently asked questions about deals, shippings, returns, or anything else that's, specific to your business. Upscale products and services, enhance customer satisfaction, and increase conversions. So here's some of the results that you can expect. Now, pay attention, guys. I'm kind of going off the script here. The key words here, the phrase that's going to help you is, maybe you can spot it on this page as I say it over and over and over again. Here's what you can expect. Faster response times from your AI assistant, so you can have happier customers. You can also improve the personalized experiences by them submitting their names and then your AI assistant talking back to them. And why is this important? So you can have increased sales. We all know if it's a personalized experience, people love the sounds of their name, right? They love the name Dara. They love the name David. They love the name Teresa, right? So if you're Teresa or you're Dara and they're responding to you, most likely you're probably going to have a little bit more affinity towards that business if they're calling you by their first name, whereby increasing sales. Perhaps even automated workflows, so you can have less stress for your team. Instead of somebody handling customer support for 8 hours, they might be able to improve that customer support on, the more specialized problems and challenges that come up. They're not so stressed because they're not working on the computer. They're not working on text messages. They might just jump on if and when there's a specific problem, right? Less stress makes a happier workplace, and therefore a happier workplace equals more revenue. So here's what I'm really getting at. Now is the perfect time to start to implement this. In fact, we'll do everything for you. AI assistants evolve over time. And just because the holiday season is over doesn't mean January and February and March and the rest of the year in 2025 and beyond isn't going to happen as well. I'm sure, and I'm expecting that you're going to be in business too. So look, these seasonal tools become year-round solutions. They're ideal for FAQs, promotions, customer engagement. They're also great for lead generation. And if you don't know what to do with those leads, we do. We can totally help you come up with promotions for email campaigns after we build a large list from people just seeking out help on your website. So here's how this works. It's simple, it's seamless, it's stress-free. If you're open to it, right? I'd love to have a brief conversation with you beyond this to identify and answer any questions that you have and maybe some opportunities of how our AI assistant tool can actually help you. In fact, we'll implement the solution for you. We'll set it up and customize your AI assistant with your logo, your name, your character, your demeanor, right? So it matches your business. We would love to do that for you. And of course, we're going to deliver results. So you can enjoy increased sales and customer satisfaction and go about business while our AI assistant handles all the problems for you. So listen, does it make sense to have an AI assistant implemented for you so you can improve your customer service, handle all those repetitive tasks that, probably bog down your staff, maybe increase some efficiencies and find opportunities to improve those efficiencies as well? Maybe even generate a ton of leads and revenue for your business during this holiday season and beyond. If this sounds pretty good, does it make sense for us to get this implemented for you right now? Look, here's what I got to do. Let us handle the hard part for you so you can focus on your business. It just requires a little bit of access to you, maybe your website, and maybe some other big problems that you know of that we don't know about inside of your business. And listen, we can talk right now. Just let us know, DM us, call us, send me a message. What does it look like for you and your business? Maybe we can connect next Tuesday at 1:00. What does that look like for you? Done. Right. That's the next steps, guys. So you can amend this entire presentation, but the whole idea is to get into the demo, right? Show them what you've got going on. It doesn't mean that you have to show them every card in your deck. Doesn't mean that you have to show them every template.
Yep. Don't get too technical. They don't care about the technicalities. They don't care about the actual software. They don't care about your dashboard and all that stuff. They just want the benefit or the end result for them, for their business. It's about them, not about the stuff that you can do or your technical ability per se. They want the benefit for them and their business.
Yeah, the one caveat, right there at the end, is if you've built out a custom AI assistant or a chatbot, and you kind of give one way and you kind of know what it's supposed to be doing. For any of you that have gone through our Quiz Master course and you've got access to the QuizBot, that is the stupidest, easiest chatbot to demonstrate. And it's fun and it's entertaining. And if you build a lead capture mechanism in at the beginning, or maybe after the first or second question, you can get on the radar of thousands and thousands and thousands of restaurants very quickly by doing a Facebook Live. Why aren't you doing it? At the end of it, it's hey, here's what I would do if I was going to help a restaurant. We've got lots of restaurants that are going to be watching this. So here's what I would do. If you guys want this chatbot, reach out to me. Let me know. We would love to install this with your restaurant, your business. And here's how you deploy this to generate leads inside of your restaurant. It's the easiest thing on the planet. Right. And then on the back end of it, it's hey, we help generate 800, 900, 1,000 leads over a weekend or a couple of weeks. 800 leads over a couple of weeks is ridiculous for these businesses. What's the average plate worth to a local restaurant? What's the profit margin on a meal? Right. And then multiply it times 4 for a family of 4. Suddenly that list, the value of that list adds up rather quickly. Do you want to sell a custom AI chatbot for $20, $25 a month? I would do that for $25 a month and then upsell them on the list management on the back end. Come up with offers, come up with deals, come up with email campaigns, right? In the background, you're earning, what's that? I don't know, 25. You get the idea, right? Several $100 per year passively. That's one restaurant. Who here would be glad to serve up a $25 per month or a $50 per month custom AI chatbot to 100 restaurants across the US?
Yep. I have a question too. If you're watching right now, who's got clients? Who's got businesses that you're working with currently? Let me know. Just put like a 1 in the chat. We'll just wait a second. I know there's a little bit of a delay. So Kenneth Cool says yes. James Best says yes. Chuck says yes. There's got to be a few more of you. Come on. Come on. Don Ramsey says yes. Okay, good. Well, here's my question to you is like, do you think it might be a good idea to pick up the phone and call those businesses that you're working with already and offer them this solution if you haven't already? It's low-hanging fruit. Like, for example, if you are building websites or doing lead generation for businesses, it just absolutely makes sense that you connect with these clients that you're working with already and make them an offer. Show them how you can help. Pick up the damn phone.
Do you guys have Staples in the back in your area? Or Office Max? Like, can you print up one of these things here? Right? These are like little plastic things, right? Can you print up a flyer with a QR code on it and have you just walk into the local restaurant and say, hey, I've got an idea that's going to help solve a couple of problems for you. One, could probably help your downtime when people are waiting for their food. It can entertain these people. It can improve customer support. It can help generate a list of people and perhaps even give them information about your menu. Scan the QR code. Boom. The chatbot opens up on their phone. Like, would you guys create a basic template that you can go from restaurant to restaurant? If you've got the audacity and the balls to do it, you grab their logo and print it up and have a dummy demonstration ready for you to go, or even, I don't know, a business card, right? Like, I would attach that right next, say, here's an idea for you. You've got menus here, takeout menus. Let's just put a little card deck here with all these cards here. QR code. That's marketing. That's marketing, guys. You've got an amazing tool that generates okay, it's one thing for them to take the menu. It's something completely different to generate a name and an email address from everybody that takes the menu. Demonstrations, right? So get in front of people. When you show that demo, yeah, I'd like to learn a little bit more about this. Take this presentation, go and talk to them about it. Some of the things that you can talk about. You're going to get to the point where you don't even need the presentation. But emerging from obscurity is the trick here.
Yep.
David, I want to pivot a little bit because what we were talking about before we jumped on this live call was something that I think might bring a little bit of awareness into some of the problems and the ways that you can present information. Some people were asking about one of the blog posts that I put out there, or one of the posts I put inside of school about the plumber, right? And some of the other verticals and businesses that are out there. And I think the hack that you showed can really help a lot of people on this call have a starting point to go out there and create some of these chatbots. Would you mind sharing that?
Yeah, sure. Give me a sec here. 1 minute. Share my screen. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Share. Okay. Yep. So Drew or somebody made a post about, I think Ross Bryant here, post about plumbing companies. Has anybody worked with a plumbing company looking for some information? And there's been a bunch of people commenting, and Teresa here said, I have a plumbing client having some work done on his Google business profile. So she's already working with this client. Would love to know details. I want to upsell him a bot. So this really just goes into what we're just talking about. Like, maybe a plumber's workload does not, uptick over the holidays. It's a little bit different, but still they're busy, right? A lot of small plumbing companies don't always have somebody in the office answering the phone. And people have questions. People are on their website. People will have an emergency and they're trying to find some answers to their questions, right? And they said to Teresa here, the pitch is easy. An automated AI assistant on their website will help them better serve their clients and potential clients who are visiting their websites who have questions. Sometimes people don't want to search around an unorganized website looking for information that they're seeking, right? And one of our bots, our AI automated assistants, can give them that information instantly, right? So, like, look at this. The pitch is easy. It would help them better serve their clients and customers. It can answer all of those mundane questions that they're getting all the time. Questions like, right? So we don't have to make this overly complicated. We're really just creating one of the assistants to answer those questions that these businesses are just getting all the time. Simple questions that people are looking, for answers on. General plumbing services. What plumbing services do you offer? Do you provide emergency plumbing services? Are you licensed and insured? Do you have a residential and commercial? Do you work on residential and commercial properties or both? How much do you charge for a service call? Can I get a free estimate? How much does it cost to fix a leak pipe? They go on and on and on. These are just the questions that poor plumber who was, when he's in his office trying to, maybe load up his truck to head out for the day, and the phone rings and he's got somebody, on the line now, and he's got to answer 20 questions. Maybe some of those questions could have been answered by an AI assistant on their website, right? So the pitch is easy, and it's simple too. We don't have to make this complicated. These bots don't have to do everything. They don't need to book appointments and, do crazy things. They just need to answer those mundane, simple questions that these businesses are getting each and every day. So, obviously, maybe not all of you are working with plumbers or want to work with plumbers, but all you've got to do, if you're wondering where I got the answer to this question, right here in ChatGPT. What would you say are questions that plumbers get asked all of the time from people who are visiting their website? You could do this for dentists, for chiropractors, for restaurants, for hair salons, for massage therapists. It goes on and on and on, right? There's certain questions that, specific businesses are just getting all the time. And all you have to do is create one of these bots to answer those questions. And it could be as simple as, in terms of the setup, I would go through a list like this and add these questions to a Google document, right? With a little space underneath it where somebody could type in the answer to these questions. And you simply either sit with the business and go through them quickly and find the answers to these specific questions. Probably can find some of those answers on their website. But for the ones that you can't, I would put them on a Google Doc, make that Google Doc public, send it off to the business and say, just, answer these questions to the best of your ability with as much detail as you can, and we will take it and train your AI assistant. This doesn't have to be complicated, and it's not. For instance, I went down here and I said, what about dental offices? What dental services do you offer? Do you accept new patients? Do you treat children? Do you have a pediatric dental services? Do you provide cosmetic dentistry services like teeth whitening or veneers? Do you offer orthodontic services like braces or Invisalign? On and on and on, right? Does not have to be complicated. So, yeah, what do you think, Drew?
It's straightforward, and it does solve 99% of the problems that these businesses are having. Imagine the solopreneur, or a small crew when they have to stop and answer a lot of those types of questions, that causes productivity challenges. That's probably most of the problems that these companies have. And even for medium and larger size businesses, when you can decrease the amount of quote unquote customer support, and they answer the questions that are very specific to that business, then you're doing them a good service, and they will pay for that kind of service. And even if you offer it to them for free, you're going to lead with a ton of value that cuts down the amount of time that they're dealing with the nonsense, so they can focus on, actually delivering quotes and seeing new customers and fitting pipes and doing all the things that they need to be doing. They'd much rather
Yep.
be doing that kind of stuff and generating the revenue than dealing with the other stuff that may or may not lead to revenue.
Yeah. So Dara's saying she can't find the customization options. Super simple, Dara. You may not be scrolling down far enough. So if you want to change the color scheme here, go to settings, go to customizations, and just scroll down. And here's all the different ways that you can do that. You can even create custom themes here based upon the specific hex codes and color schemes of the website where the bot or the widget will be living. If you're not seeing this, there's something going on. You'd probably just want to reach out to support.
Or perhaps even the Zoom on your browser as well.
Yeah. I think you just need to scroll down further. I think that's your issue.
Any other questions at this point? We're going to start creating some other bots in the upcoming weeks. Now, obviously, next week, at least at the time of this recording, is Thanksgiving here in the United States. So we, on behalf of David and Kim and our entire crew, myself, we want to wish everybody a safe and happy and bountiful Thanksgiving. But now, guys, is the perfect time. Like the next day, maybe even at midnight, you should be out there safely connecting with those businesses. Those of you who went through our Main Street Magic course, you guys know what I'm talking about. There are so many businesses that are vying for the attention, and now is the perfect time to make those connections and show them something like this. Create some cool stuff and find opportunities to solve some of those problems. Again, one of the easiest things on the planet is the trivia bot. It's sophisticated enough, it's cool enough that you can generate a ton of leads with that. There's so many different ways that you can go out there and really provide a lot of value to people. Any questions? We'll stick around for a little bit for any questions that you guys have about this stuff. We will make sure that we get you the link to the presentation that's in there. Obviously, there are some things in there that you may want to edit, like call to action and stuff like that. I just wanted to leave that in there for you as a clue as to like kind of how the structure of the presentation was done. Go ahead and edit that. Maybe add in a page or two. Put your a nice image of your beautiful faces out there. Put your name. Put the name of your company in there. Your logos, all that kind of stuff. Change out the colors to match your stuff. But that should be good enough to get you started.
Yeah. Is it possible to add a chatbot into a Google business profile? No, not directly. You could probably link off to one of your chatbots. So if you wanted to add the direct to chatbot link in a post or somewhere in the Google business profile, you could do that, but you can't actually add the chat widget to a Google business profile. Ken says, thanks guys. Good pep talk. Yeah. We just find it unbelievable how many small local agencies are just so obscure. People just don't know who they are, what they do, how they can help. And it greatly limits what you can do in terms of, how much business you can close and how much revenue you can generate for your agency. It almost makes it impossible. And it's why so many struggle. They're fishing instead of hunting, like Drew said. Like you should be doing both. You should always have those lines in, whether that's, some ads running, maybe some cold email campaigns going on in the background, things like that. But you can't count on that stuff. You should have things like that running for you systematically in the background, but you have to go out and hunt. You got to open your mouth. You got to start a conversation. Got to pick up the phone. If you've got clients that you're working with, I find it insane that if you haven't picked up the phone and said, "Hey, I've got a really cool solution for you. I'd love to get your opinion on. Do you have 5 minutes over the next couple of days? I can just give you a quick demo of this."
And being
If somebody's working
opportunistic.
with you already, you've already earned their trust.
Yeah.
I,
Being
I find it
opportunistic.
insane if you haven't done that.
Yeah, you got to emerge from obscurity and open your mouths and find opportunities to present yourself. I'll leave you with two quick stories. One is absolutely hysterical, and one that was absolutely true that happened today. The funny story was I was, as a matter of fact, I was driving out to Pittsburgh to meet up with David, and I was visiting my daughter in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. If you're not familiar with Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, it's very Amish, right? Lots of Amish that are in the area. So I'm driving down the main road, and it's basically a 2-lane highway. Driving down the road, one lane coming my way, one lane going the direction towards Pittsburgh. And there appeared to be a lot of traffic happening, and people were coming to a standstill. Unfortunately, the car that was coming in my direction, a deer jumped out from like over the road and into this woman's windshield. Obviously there was an accident, and she stopped and pulled off to the side of the road, and the deer dead, sticking into this car, right? Or actually over the top of the car. And traffic stopped, and everybody, magically stopped to help and assist this woman who was in the car accident. And it appeared that a lot of people were stopped already, and now the traffic started to get out of the direction and whatever. And at the intersection, one of the Amish buggies were stopped there as well, so they got out and appeared to be helping as well. Well, that could be furthest from the truth. They actually, all the attention went to the woman, and then the Amish guy got out of the car to check on the deer. So talking about opportunity, right? So he's standing there in his overalls looking at the deer and wondering, okay, his family's in tow. How are we going to get this deer on the top and the back of my buggy? Because that's a meal for like the entire family for these people. And it just happened. So there's no rancidness, all that kind of stuff. And I just started laughing. I'm like, okay, there's a marketing lesson in this. So today, I'll be a little bit vulnerable. Went to a doctor's appointment with my wife to see a neurosurgeon, and it's at this pretty big hospital, and one of the billing people were there, and they were having a discussion, or trying to have a discussion, and trying to help a patient who spoke Spanish. And there was obviously no communication going on. They were trying. So I took out ChatGPT and had it translate for this person, and they were blown away. And then the neurosurgeon who just saw my wife came by, and they were trying to make sure that everything was okay. They were so grateful. They're like, "Oh, you're in technology?" Took my business card. Boom. Circumstantial. I had no idea, no intention of trying to sell them anything. Just used ChatGPT, the voice command, to help translate what this patient was saying and what this other person was saying. Then they're quickly downloading ChatGPT and trying to figure it out. And like, this is such a big help. We just called our translator, and they're not going to be here for 2 hours. Here, I was able to help them resolve their issue right there on the spot with ChatGPT and the translation. And as a result, they're like, "Oh, you're in technology? Oh, do you have a business card? Blah, blah, blah." Will anything come of it? I don't know. But you have to be ready to be able to speak about this stuff when the opportunity presents. And listen, surgeons, doctors, office, all these people, it's coming, guys. You might as well be at the forefront of it. Put yourselves out there, believe in yourself enough to know how to navigate the technology, to show them the cool shit that you guys have your hands on. Because a majority of these people, they're intimidated by it, and they don't know how it can help them. Like that small thing. This wasn't a chat bot. This was ChatGPT that actually helped them in that situation. Will something come of it? I don't know, but maybe something comes out. Maybe when we go back, hey, Doc, I made this for you. Could this help some of your practice? Could this help whatever? You never know. You don't know until you take that shot.
Hey, Bob's got a question here before we go. I'll just share my screen quick. He's asking, maybe you could put that up on the screen there, Drew, and I'll kind of answer his question. He wants to know if you can edit the look and feel of the chat widget to make it more obvious on the website. And yeah, we have some different variations. Obviously, you can change the image here. Other things that you can do are you can change the size. So this is our extra large size here. See, if you make it smaller, it's a lot smaller, a lot less obvious, right? So that's one thing. You can add the little alert notification that pops up that helps draw attention to it. So that's another thing. You can also change where it sits on the website. So if you wanted to like bring it up a little bit, you can play with the horizontal offset and the vertical offset. That's one way. And then above and beyond that too, you can switch over to a variation of our chat widget, which is called the nav bar or navbot. And this looks more like a search box, and it's way bigger, so it stands out more, right? And when you click on it, kind of gives you the same sort of effect as a regular chat widget, but this just stands out way more. So to get that, you go to code here, okay, and these are your chat widget codes right here. So here's the regular chat widget. If you want to use the navbot version of that, you just go to the navbot tab here, and this is the code that would go on your website and would install something that looks like this. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do to draw more attention to that, Bob. Cool. Any other questions? If not, we'll head out. We got plenty to do. Quiet crew.
That's all right. Well, stay tuned, guys. We've got some exciting things coming soon. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, do we have exciting stuff coming? Oh man, there's a little teaser in the Facebook group. Go check out that post. It's pinned to the top. What we have coming is going to be game changing. I can't tell you how excited we are.
Yeah, that is we're not even making lightly of it. It is going to blow your socks off. On that note, guys, we're serious about this. This is kind of the reason that we did this today, is to remind everybody that if you're not out there, you're obscure. Yeah. You got to get out there, whether it's on Facebook and showing the cool stuff that you're creating, LinkedIn, YouTube. If you're out there, with local chambers of commerces and rotaries and civic groups and things like that, get out there, guys. We'd love to hear those stories about it. We're giving you the tools, and this is going to be the perfect time because, like, later on, if you can get in with the SBA and rotaries and things like that, you should be talking about all the cool stuff that you're into and doing demos as much as you possibly can. I guarantee you, when what you're about to see when we come out with some stuff, it's going to change the game for a lot of people, lots of businesses.
And I'll leave you with one thought too. It's like the hard part is not the tech. It's not building one of these bots. That's not hard. If you can copy and paste, you can, put some website URLs in or, upload a couple PDFs. You can build one of these simple bots that answers FAQs in a matter of minutes. It's not difficult. You don't have to be highly technical to do it. The hard part, guys, is getting out and selling something. So spend less time behind the computer playing with the technology and spend about 95% of your time starting conversations and having, meeting people, creating relationships, and making offers. Because if you don't do that, you're never going to sell anything. You've got to just get out and open your mouth, tell people about the cool stuff that you're doing and the way that you can help them, and make them an offer. If you don't make an offer, you're never going to sell a thing. So the tech is here. It works. It's not going anywhere. And when you sell something, we're always more than happy to help you to build out what you need to build out. We'll hop on calls with you. Kim, who's great, will hop on a call with you, but you need to more worry so about selling something, then worry about building it after. Let's kind of leave you with that thought. So,
yeah. Well, guys, hey, enjoy the rest of this day. Get after it today, tomorrow, this weekend, up through the holiday. It's going to die down for a day or two, and then Black Friday, and then the holiday season. Do not wait until after the holidays. I'm telling you, get out there, start connecting with these businesses, build out a large Rolodex of businesses, business cards, and then be next step obsessed. If you need to learn to sell, reach out to us. We do have a program. I think everybody that's on this call should be within that as just a way to strengthen your business. If you're interested, if you're already inside that, you should be knowing of which we speak. Completely affordable, and an opportunity for you to strengthen sales around whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's chatbots, other types of softwares, Google Business Profile, all the things. Leave it at that, guys. Enjoy the rest of this day. We'll talk to you guys soon.